Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got two replays for you, one in the Skoda T56 and one in the Iron Rain. This is part of the trade-in event that's happening this week, so it's back on console, and we'll go through what trade-in is. So effectively what we can do is you can trade in any premium tank you own for another premium tank. Now this will cost a bit of gold possibly as well, or you might get some silver back, but we'll go for it. So obviously, to get to this, you go into the tank screen on your tabs. If you press your analog button, the RS button, then you will be able to filter, and you'll be able to click on the recycle button, which is the trade, which gets you to the trade tanks, filters it out basically. And you see here, there's a selection of tanks that you can pick from, and you can select on those tanks. You can buy them for gold outright if you want, or you can click trade in, and you can look. You basically go through your garage, and you can trade in any of the premium tanks you own for the tank that you want that's part of the trading event. Not all premiums are available for trading. There's only a select few, and you can see there the tanks that are available for trading. So so there we go. We've got some available, and the Skoda T56 and the Iron Rain are ones that are up for trading. Okay, so looking at our first tank is the Skoda T56, which is a Czechoslovakian premium heavy tank at tier 8. And looking at statistics, we're going to see it's got top forward speed of 35 kilometers an hour with top reverse speed of 15. You've got 1500 hit points on it, and along with view range of 440 meters. Still concealment is 390, obviously 413 on the move. Standard camouflage statistics for a heavy tank. It packs a 130mm gun, and you've got 8 degrees of gun depression with a 19.75 reload time, as it is a 2-shot autoloader. Accuracy is I've got down to 0.33, aiming time of 2.38, interclip reload of 3.5 seconds with ammo capacity of 30. You've got AP, APCR and HE on your shell types. Penetration value's got 208 on the standard with 248 on your premium. Armor damage is about 460 a shot with 640 on your HE. And your shell velocity is about 1000 meters per second on both shell types. Premium bonuses are the usual, 150 on your silver with 110 on your tank XP. Equipment I run on this, I run vents, vert stabs and advanced gun line drive. Reason being is the accuracy is very troll on this tank, and I will sort of go through that when we get into the replay. Perks I run on this then, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6 Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Clutch Braking, Trap Mechanic and Armour Ankling. You could swap out clutch braking, probably, I don't know, maybe for another gun perk. Potentially rapid aim, possibly, I don't know. Just something to improve your accuracy, I think. So looking at the armour then, it's one of those with fantastic turret armour. So, you play this whole down. I think it's got some spaced armour as well on the turret, you can see there. The bit shaded in blue, I think that's your spaced armour. You've got some good side armour on it. Upper plate's fairly strong for a tier 8. Top tier, this thing is going to be quite decent. Hold down, just keep the turret showing, 8 degrees of gun depression, and you'll bounce quite a bit. Just be aware that obviously higher tiers, especially tank destroyers, they can go through that turret quite through the gun mantlet. They can hit it, and the cupola as well. So just something to be aware. So we can see the engine, the fuel tanks are at the back, and then the ammo rack is on the floor pan, right, left side of the hull, and on the turret, just on the right hand side. So what we'll do is we'll get into a replay then, and we'll sort of show the strengths and weaknesses of the tank. We're on LO main here, and we're top tier, and we're gonna make our way straight ahead to the dunes in front and play that position there, because let's say we can play this tank hull down, and that's its strength really. It's got good turret armor, so we're going to play the ridges and we're going to sort of make use of that turret armor and try and bounce as much as possible. Now, just going back to the accuracy I was mentioning earlier, it's very frustrating, and to be fair, it's the biggest downside of this tank in my opinion. Hence why I've run sort of the vert stabs and advanced gun lane drive, which is, you know, a lot of people might be thinking that's a bit unorthodox, and it kind of is. I mean, look, you have to be patient with this tank, and maybe that's probably my downfall, is I'm not very patient when it comes to tanks and, you know, sort of aiming time and stuff like that. I like to be sort of quite snappy. So yeah, look, it's on personal preference. You know, if you're quite a patient person, you can sort of, you know, you can aim, you know, if you can take the time to aim in, then perhaps you could drop, I don't know, you know, you could drop advanced gun lane drive, and you could perhaps, I don't know, put traction system on it to boost the mobility of the tank. I would probably say that's your best swap out. But for me, I just find the accuracy just, it's hideous, really is hideous. The aim time just feels like it takes forever. And when you're trying to sort of, you know, pixel snipe polars, you know, and aim shots in, it can be really difficult. But we've seen this T42 here, and we know we're going to sort of go through his turret pretty easily, particularly with the APCR rounds that we've got on here. I'm running full premium on this tank just because autoloader, reload time, I want to make sure my shots are penning, particularly with the accuracy issues that I experience. I sort of just, and also I can afford it, so yeah, just don't hate on me. So yeah, we're sort of, we're cresting this ridge here and we're rocking backwards and forwards. We're getting detected by something. I can only assume that their light tank is somewhere on these ridges and is obviously going undetected but being able to spot us up, and there we go, that's just sort of proved it. T57 is doing a good job of lighting us up without getting detected, but unfortunately it has been lit, and we did manage to snap one into the side that medium wear, which I'm quite shocked about because I did kind of feel like that was going to miss. So far we've lost a couple of tanks, and I'm sort of trying to think if we can hopefully clear the side out. So I'm a bit worried that there's probably a lot more tanks on the other flank trying to sort of sneak it, and you see you got to take time to aim the shot, sneaking a shot into that KB4 here. Play style of this thing, from experience of what I've, you know, found with this tank, is if you're bottom tier, you play it as a, you know, really should play it as a support. I wouldn't go brawling with this tank. You know, I wouldn't sort of get in the front line positions. I would sort of play a little bit more of a support. You know, this sort of range. Obviously, the only issue you're going to have at this range is, you know, the accuracy is going to be a lot worse. So yeah, it's a tough one to explain, but you've just got to be patient with it. But you know, top tier, we could, yeah, we could. I mean, look, there's the accuracy there. You know, it was nearly fully aimed in, but the shot still just sort of, I don't even know where it went. So, but it just makes no sense. You know, some of these shots, you know, not even aimed in and yet they hit, but others you sort of take the time to aim in and they just don't go anywhere. That's RNG for you, I guess. But yeah, so top tier, you know, we could, you know, sort of could go further up, you know, sort of closer to our targets if we wanted to. The only reason I haven't is obviously we were sort of getting lit up. You know, we would, you know, we could potentially get shot if we started moving across. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to sort of lose my hit points, just carelessly try and sort of push up to a strong position. So, you know, map position wise, yeah, I guess in some ways we're a little bit hampered where we are, but I'm just sort of playing passive at this rate because, like I say, I was tempted to sort of push up to the next ridge line, But then I noticed our friendly tank got taken out by our Iron Rain. Trying to sneak a shot in there, and we're lucky we don't take one in return. But you can see the accuracy there. Trying to snap shots, it's just not going to happen. Or if it does, you're going to be very fortunate. But like I say, for me, I do find the accuracy can be very, very frustrating at times. So we know there's an Iron Rain sort of sitting on the ridge to our right there. I'm poking again. I'm trying to see if I can sort of be cheeky and maybe sort of snap some shots in. The Iron Rain's not there anymore, and yeah, again I was sort of in two minds to push up, but Iron Rain has fantastic camouflage, which we'll find out on the next video. So again, I didn't want to get caught out. We've only got 1500 hit points, and yes, we're full health, but an Iron Rain can dissolve that very quickly, and would most likely be able to do that with an entire clip. So yeah, we didn't want to throw our hit points away willy-nilly. However, I'm sort of looking at the mini-map now, and I'm noticing that we are losing tanks on the other side. We're lucky to sort of get across there without getting shot from the middle. And the team is basically, we've kind of hamstrung ourselves here. We've boxed ourselves in. We've lost map control. And that's quite evident. So at this point, I'm not. Yeah, it's not looking hopeful from my point of view. Is what I'm trying to say here. It's not looking great. However, we do see this 40 TP crossing out in the open. We do manage to get a shot in there, and that wasn't even fully aimed in either, so that was quite lucky. Still paying attention to that Earthshaker that's left hand side. He is a one-shot to us, so we could take him out. However, we've got to be careful. The Iron Rain on the left hand side, I think, is still full health. And we got these tanks in front, albeit they are tier 6s, although there's this Reaper Scythe, which is a one-shot. We're just keeping an eye here. Maybe in hindsight, could I have crossed? Should I have crossed? Possibly. But there was just no way to know what was sort of sitting in the middle that could get shots on us. And you can see the left hand side now is starting to close down, and yeah, I make a bit of a faux pas here, and I kind of just sort of expose myself to this Iron Rain. I get a shot in, however, the Iron Rain manages to get 2 shots in, and you can see there, we've just 2 shots and we've lost over half our health. Panzerjäger now rushes in and gets a shot into us. We do put a shot into him in return, but this isn't looking very promising, if I'm honest. We're now 1 shot to the Iron Rain, and yeah, could I have played this any better? I mean, I probably could have just sort of played this ridge. Maybe got rid of his Panzerjäger and broke out, but I suspect I probably would have got shot and destroyed by tanks that were just sort of sitting in the middle there. It's hard to say. And the Iron Rain comes around to the back of us and manages to shut us down. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, really. Yeah, there's not really much we can do. Yeah, it's just frustrating, really. Yeah, I think if we'd sort of got a bit better map control, we possibly could have turned the game around. But there we go. You can't win them all, can you? So what we'll do is we'll head on to the results screen, and we will then go on to the next replay. So there we go. We end up losing the game. The Iron Rain on their team goes on to have a good game and goes top of the board. We end up with 4.1k damage, 3 kills, no mastery badges, I'm afraid, but we nearly come top of the board. And yeah, that was just a game to sort of showcase the T56. Okay, so now we move on to our second tank of the showcase, which is the Iron Rain. This is your tier 8 German tank destroyer. And the stats on this, you got 35 kilometers forward speed, 12 kilometers reverse, you got 1,100 hit points, and you have 461 view range with a still concealment of 195 and 218 on the move. On the gun, you've got the 12.8 centimeter gun, and you've got 5 degrees of gun depression. You've got reload time of 33.22 seconds. Accuracy is 0.3. You've got aiming time of 2.19 seconds. You've got an inch clip of 3 shots. You have ammo capacity of 42 with AP and APCR and HE on your shell types. You've got 246 millimeters of penetration on your standard with 311 on your premium, and your armor damage will do about 490 per shot on your standard and APCR with 630 on your HE, and your shell velocity is 920 on your standard with 1150 on your premium, and your premium bonus is similar, 150 and 115 on your silver and tank XP. Equipment I run optics, camouflage net, and advanced gun laying drive. And on the perks, you'll see we have Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Silent Driving, Camouflage Expertise, Situational Awareness, and Muffled Shot. I haven't got a 9th perk in there, but if I was going to put something in there, I'd probably put another Camouflage perk or Snapshot to improve the gun accuracy. So the armor view, there's not really much to explain here. This thing is just naked. It has no armor at all. So yeah, don't expect to bounce anything. Your engine's at the back of the tank, and you've got a fuel tank at the front right hand side of the tank, and the ammo is sort of in the center in an octagonal fashion there on the floor pan, and at the rear of the tank just in front of the engine. So there we go. We'll get into the replay. My thoughts in the Iron Rank now. I did actually use the trade-in event for the very first time in my WOT playing career, I guess. And yeah, I traded in the VK168.01P for the Iron Rain, just because I thought I'm never going to play that sort of tank. Too slow for me. And I've always kind of wanted the Iron Rain. I don't know why I never got it in the beginning. I could have bought it when it first came out, like 6 years ago, 6-7 years ago, and I just didn't. But I've got it now, and yeah, I mean, look, I love the Borsig. I definitely think that is a strong tier 8 tank destroyer. So I kind of figured this really wasn't going to disappoint either. And yeah, so we've got it. We're here on Erlenberg. We're bottom tier in a tier 10 lobby, and I'm sort of focusing on this end of the one line, sort of J1 area where these tanks have come over. Unfortunately, we bounced the Centauro there, just hit his bottom plate at an angle, might have even hit his hit the point between the upper plate and the lower plate meet, so I'm not sure, but you know, bounced first shot, we've got a second shot in, and we're back on reload. Now this is a 33-second reload time, which it does feel quite long, but obviously for the amount of damage you do per shell, the clip potential, you can understand why it's so long. But you know, when you get the clip off on a tank, it's satisfying. I mean, you know, top tier, you're going to take out quite a lot of tanks, to be fair. Tier 6s, you could probably take out in 2. It's, you know, that's just the potential you have on this clip. We sneak a blind shot in there to the Barask. We were sort of taking our time with the aim. The aim time's a little bit on the slow side, but you know, it's not too bad. You know, it's certainly thought it was better than the Skoda. But yeah, other than that, there's not really many limitations, I don't think, with this tank. I mean, you know, the camouflage is absolutely fantastic on this tank. You know, exactly the same as a Borsig, really. So yeah, and it's quite a popular tier 8 TD. You know, you still see quite a lot of them around. The they've sort of, they're still quite well played. Not well played, mostly played. Can't talk today. Yeah, so you see quite a lot of them around. We were so unfortunate not to get our whole clip there. I don't know where that third shot, White hit the building. I was sort of fully aimed in, but yeah, we got 2 into that diamond back there. He gets finished off by our friendly TVP. And we're going to poke up here and we're going to try and see if we can potentially get some shots into this waffle. There seems to be sort of having a battle with our heavy tank. Unfortunately, our friendly diamondback just sort of pushes into us and the waffle gets out. So unfortunately, we can't get any shots in. And at this point, I'm thinking, right, okay, we're pretty much cleared out here. So I need to get into the middle of the map and try and get shots on stuff that's, I have a feeling that the majority of the team are going to be camping the ridge line up the top here, which is, it's common. It's a common feature in Erlenberg, camping both sides of the hill. And yeah, as a TD player, you have to be aware of that. Once your side's cleared out, you really need to be making a play over here. There's TDs still sort of sat by the castle, and I don't really get it. You need to be in a fight. Yes, don't be too bold, because obviously, there is a possibility you can get lit up. But we've sort of made our way here. We're sort of confident that we can get shots off. There's only 3 tanks left now, so the mobility on this tank is average. So yeah, that's why I say, you have to be, with any TD, I think, if you're too far back, then you're completely out of the game. So you need to have that, you need to find that happy medium of where you can go that you're not going to get lit up, but where also you're not too far back that, you're not going to get shots off, or you're completely out of the fight. But for me, with Erlenberg, once one side's cleared out and if you can get onto the ridge, that's where you can start to, that's where you can start to put your end damage in. This is the end game for us, getting onto the ridge and looking at opportunities. And we're looking at this, we're looking at the Death Star here, and he's just fired, so we're not worried. If he'd obviously shot us, we are one shot to this guy. Obviously with that high alpha, he can absolutely destroy us, but he took his shot, and yeah, we decided we were sort of going to go, and we got 2 shots into him, which is good, putting us up to 3.5k damage. Going to try and sneak a shot on the 114. Unfortunately, for some reason, we've just done critical damage to his turret on his viewport. Quite annoying that, but it is what it is. And we're just going on reload here, and we're going to sort of get close to this 114 and try and see if we can get any more damage in. It's on 780 hit points, so it's a 2-shot to us basically. Just waiting for the reload to come off, and then we're going to make our push. He gets shot by a friendly tank, leaves him on a 1-shot to us. And we're just sneaking up here. We take a shot, that's fine, and we get a shot into the turret. We know we can pen that, and we finish him off. And that brings a victory to the game there. So we come top of the board, 3.9k damage with 3 kills, and yeah, that was a nice end to the game. Pick up the first class there, and yeah, that was a nice end to the game. So yeah, in conclusion, the Skoda T56 and the Iron Rain are both going to be available in the trade-in event. Both are very good tanks. Like I say, I think the Skoda T56, if you've got patience, you like your heavy tanks, you probably will get on quite well with it. It is a good tank, don't get me wrong. It's I'm putting it down to me more than the tank, to be fair, as to why we sort of can't make it work. But the Iron Rain is, well, it's just stealthy TD with a devastating clip. You will definitely have fun with that. It's, in my opinion, definitely one of the more stronger tier 8 premium TDs, if not one of the strongest. So yeah, that's my conclusion on those tanks, guys. Have a look, see what you like, and yeah, have fun, and I'll see you next time.